your paper, love?
Oh, much obliged.
Oh, hey, it's like some off the telly out there. The place is awash with forensics. They're making a right mess of your garden. Now, how about breakfast?
I'm not really very hungry, Betty.
Oh, come on now. A big lad like you. How about a bacon sandwich?
What? I'm feeling a bit queasy and I've got another visit from the police to look forward to.
Oh, now don't go fretting, love. It'll all come out in the wash.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. On one hand, I'm desperate to find out what happened to Shelley, and on the other, I just can't think about it.
I know, love, I know. But you're not on your own, you know. You've got a lot of friends in this village, and you'll get all the support that you need.
Thank you, Betty.
Well, officers, as a moral, upstanding citizen of the community, I'm more than happy to help.
Much obliged.
So come on, then.
I'm sorry?
Spill the juice.
What Mrs. Hope is trying to say is, does this mean that Shelley is now officially a missing person?
No, I don't. What I want to know is, has Steph Stokes done away with her?
Viv, is this really necessary?
He's the one harbouring her, so you know whose side he's on.
I'm not harbouring anyone. I'm merely providing refuge for someone who...
Suspected murderers.
She's hardly that, is she?
Well, they must think so. Why else would they look in her car?
These ridiculous allegations won't help anyone.
We'll see if they're ridiculous.
That's on our lunchtime bulletin. And now to more local news on the reported disappearance of a woman from Emmerdale. Fears are growing for the safety of Shelley Williams, and the police are now launching a nationwide search.
Shelley Williams missing?
I just heard they're putting posters up around the village.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well...
Hang on. I hope you're not presuming that I'm anything to do with this.
Of course not, no. But, this is a small village, and people talk.
Yeah, she's probably fleecing some other geezer as we speak.
Try not to upset yourself. It's probably just routine. They'd probably want to interview anyone who was close to your father.
Cobblers. She's laying low. She's doing it on purpose, to get at me. She's hoping everyone will think I've gone and...
Look, if this appeal helps find Shelley, that can only be a good thing. She can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.
Oh, you reckon?
Well, she did know you better than anyone.
If she hadn't reared her ugly head, if she'd kept her nose out of it and stayed in London where she belonged, none of this would have happened in the first place.
Mrs. Kirk, you say you last saw Michelle Williams on Tuesday the 28th of September in Emmerdale.
That's right.
Which tallies with my recollections of hearing Shelley at the B&B.
You quite sure about this?
Absolutely.
Has anybody else come forward?
Well, we have had contact from a woman in South London.
Oh, whack, and what did she have to say?
Apparently she worked with Miss Williams at a hairdressing salon.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she was a hairdresser, because she did my hair once.
Betty, do let him finish.
By all accounts, Miss Williams told her that she was coming back to Yorkshire. She had plans to move to Spain with her boyfriend, and although she had reservations, she decided that nothing was going to stop her.
Fancy.
We've checked Miss Williams' bank account, and it seems that next day she bought a train ticket to Leeds.
But where is she now?
Well, that's anybody's guess, poor beggar.
Alan! Great to see you. Let me get you a drink.
This one's on the house.
Oh, great. Mine's a large sweet sherry, please.
Thank you, Louise. Just a single malt, please.
Oh, it's great to see you, Ellen. How are you feeling?
Well, it's hard to tell, really. I'm still a bit numb from it all.
Any news on Shelley?
No. No, I'm afraid not.
There's a woman in London said that Shelley was coming up, you know, to Alan. Oh, hey, get that down you. That'll put hairs on your chest.
Don't worry, Alan. I'm sure after your ordeal, people will... Alan?
Oh, Alan, don't worry. You're bound to be feeling a bit...
No, it's Shelley. I should have listened to her.
Come on, love. Let's get you home, eh?
I let her down.
Come
on. I'm sorry.
Come on.
this village at remembering that people are innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, well, they'll have an hard time proving me guilty. Shelley is alive. She'll be sunning herself on a beach in Spain, having a laugh at my expense.
I'm afraid that they think differently.
I imagine opportunities for
Simple. Shelley was after Alan's money.
And you know that how?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Common sense. Overweight granddad, younger woman. Not young, but younger. Hope you're going to pay for that.
Of course.
Please, go on.
Well, Shelley was after Alan's money. Steph knew it.
Nasty piece of work, that Steph.
Thank you.
He's questioning me. You weren't even there. She went swanning off to Australia. Her other half's still there, you know.
Mrs. Hope.
So there you are. Steph killed Shelley.
I think I missed a stage of your reasoning there.
Oh, it's quite simple. Shelley was after Alan's money. Steph knew it. Steph killed her. I'll be a witness if you like.
What exactly did you witness? I think we've finished here.
You can see it in Steph's eyes. She's got cold eyes. Write that down.
Thanks for your help.
Tell me what you're doing here again?
Just keeping an eye on me little brother.
You're just trying to avoid Sadie, aren't you? Right, September the 28th, that section there.
And you're happy for my people to organise a search, are you?
Well, knock yourselves out.
Rather them than me.
So, you're looking for Shelley's remains, are you?
We're looking for any evidence we can find, Mr. King. Thank you very much for your help.
Pleasure.
So, what do you think?
I think her own dad says she's guilty. The taxi driver has confirmed that Shelley was at the B&B on the date in question. We've already got the bloodstains and the hair, and if we find some more evidence today, then Ms. Stokes is going to be in very serious trouble.
I thought she was guilty first time I saw her. There were those cold eyes.
So how much longer is this going on?
Is it time to give it up for the day?
Get in there.
Fine.
What you got?
A coat.
Coat. And
Not the best at covering her tracks, is she?
some invoices from the B&B, some duct tape, some cleaning products.
Quite a haul.
If we can match these with Shelley's blood or tissue.
Get it to the lab. If it checks out, I think we can assume we've got a murder. And a chief suspect.
How's me dad?
I don't know how you've got the nerve to ask that.
Because I care, Betty. And I ain't done nothing wrong.
Yes, well, that's not what the police think, is it?
She's, out here.
And what you doing here? I told you, I wasn't trying to kill him.
We haven't come about your dad.
Mary Stephanie Stokes, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Michelle Williams. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not
I'm going to
mention,
say something.
when questioned, something
I
which
mean,
you
this is
later rely on
ridiculous.
They're arresting her, aren't they? They're arresting her.
Hang on.
Anything you do
Hold
say
on
may
a
be given
minute.
evidence.
Look, this is ridiculous. Dad!
They've arrested her. Taken her away in handcuffs. Steph, of course. Out of my way. I want to see them drive off.
Have they found a body?
No,
what did
no,
they say?
I think they just wanted to ask us some more questions.
What about Shelley?
Go through, love.
I'm afraid so.
Well, what if she can't answer these questions satisfactorily?
Then they will charge her. But she may have answers that will help. She may just come home again tonight.
Home?
Well, to the vicarage.
Ashley, how could you have taken her in? And she's murdered Shelley and she tried to kill me.
I think you should wait. See what the police have to say.
Starting with Shelley coming back to visit your dad at the B&B.
Well, that's easy. She didn't come back. was the last time, I think, in July. She packed everything up and left.
That's funny, Mrs. Stokes, because we've got the statement of a taxi driver who says he saw Shelley Williams being dropped off at the B&B on the 28th of September.
Well, must have been another B&B.
No. No, there's a written record in the jobs book at the office backs him up.
Well, maybe she did come and changed her mind. Or maybe I was out.
But we've got a witness, one Emily Kirk, who says she saw you showing Shelley Williams into the B&B on that date.
She must have made a mistake.
She didn't strike me as the sort to make mistakes.
Maybe I made a mistake. Let me have a little think.
12:05, this is a continuation of the previous interview. The same person's present. I would remind you, you're still under caution.
I've remembered now. She did come back in September. You're quite right. I got in a muddle about the dates. Well, she didn't stay long, and that's why I didn't remember, really. I told her my dad was very poorly and that he was in bed asleep. And she left. Immediately. That's it, really.
The day after Miss Williams disappeared, spent just a short time at your B&B, her bank account got cleared out.
So? Maybe she needed the money. She didn't have much, did she? Since she didn't manage to get her hands on my dad's dosh. What? Couple of hundred at most.
How do you know?
I knew everything about Shelley.
Knew? Why are you using the past tense?
Because I knew everything about her before she disappeared.
You short of money, Steph?
Not desperately.
That's not what people say. People say you're very hard up.
Yes. Well, people should mind their own business, shouldn't they?
It's a good job they didn't in the case of your dad.
Mrs. Stokes is not here to answer questions about her father.
Look, if you're suggesting I cleaned out Shelley's bank account, I didn't. How could I? I didn't have her details.
Could have forced the information out of her, or taken it somehow.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Knowing Shelley, she's on some tacky holiday somewhere.
We've got some interesting forensic evidence from the B&B here.
Have you?
Apparently there was blood on the handrail leading down into the cellar.
You didn't disclose this evidence to me before the interview. I want a full disclosure. And then I will need to consult with my client. Again. Absolutely sure you've told me the truth now?
Yes.
This forensic evidence is really very strong. We have to try and deal with it, and I cannot do that unless you tell me the truth.
I've told you. I have this time.
All right, then. I'll call them back in, and we'll try again. With the truth this time.
Shelley went down to the cellar to collect some stuff she'd left. And she slipped and fell.
I thought you said she didn't stay long.
Oh, she didn't.
But she went down to the cellar.
Well, only took a minute.
To get some stuff?
What stuff?
But you told us you'd already packed everything up.
Well, just a couple of things she'd left.
And she fell over?
Cut her leg. Quite badly, actually. Well, it's very dark in that cellar, you know, and the edges of the stairs are quite sharp.
So does that explain why there was blood on the cellar floor, too?
Oh, she cut it quite badly. I had to help her into a chair.
Help her?
Or drag her?
According to forensics, there are dragging marks, too.
I didn't drag her. I half helped her, half carried her to the chair.
But she was on her feet.
Well, half and half.
We found hair on the cellar floor too, Steph. How did that come about?
Perhaps she cut her head. You know, as well as her leg.
Does your hair fall out when you cut your head? Mine doesn't.
Certainly doesn't if I cut my leg. Which one was it, Steph? Her head or her leg?
All right. Let's go through it all again.
We think you killed her. We think you killed her in the cellar and you tried to clean up afterwards, only you didn't do it very well.
I didn't kill her.
Be easier if you told us all about it, Steph.
We found more blood in your car, Steph, and a bag of rubbish at the local tip. We're showing Mrs. Stokes items EH1 and 2. We found her coat in the bag. And some gaffer tape bearing traces of her DNA. You gagged her, didn't you?
You're putting words in her mouth.
You gagged her while you murdered her, and then you took the body somewhere to dispose of it.
No. I took her to the station, alive. I left her there. She must have left her coat, got in the rubbish.
Which station was that?
I can't remember.
They have closed-circuit cameras at railway stations these days, Steph. We checked the footage of everyone on the date in question. No Shelley.
No Shelley, no you.
It was the bus station. I mean the bus stop.
Well, make your mind up.
Which bus stop?
I can't remember.
Oh, that's a bad memory you've got.
Just shut up, you!
I think this interview is becoming oppressive.
Where was it, Steph?
It was in the middle of nowhere.
So there was no one there?
No. I didn't kill her! I didn't!
Mint anyone?
No, thank you.
Be better if you just confessed, Steph.
My client's looking tired. I think we should take a break.
No. No, I want to sort this out.
My client is too tired to continue.
No! We can get this sorted.
I think this interview should be terminated.
All right. Let's take a break. Have a rest. Have something to eat. Think it over.
So you can't tell me anything? Well, has she been charged with anything, as far as you know? No. All right, well, thank you. Just keep me informed, will you? Thank you. Goodbye.
Mrs. Stokes, we really cannot go on like this.
I've told you the truth over and over.
No, you haven't. Not at any point. This morning you told me you'd never even seen her, that she'd never been near the B&B.
It was a mistake.
Then you said she'd gone down to the cellar to get her belongings and fallen. And afterwards, you'd taken her to the railway station. Only now it's a bus stop. And you've never satisfactorily explained the gaffer tape with Miss Williams's DNA on it.
Okay. I'll tell you the truth. I took Shelley down the cellar.
Took her?
Okay. I pushed her. I wanted to frighten her. She deserved it. She'd wormed her way into my dad's affections before. Ruined his life, almost ruined mine. Thought I'd got rid of her for good. She came back, tried it again.
Was she badly hurt?
Oh, no. Still gabbling on. I had crocodile tears.
So what did you do?
I tied her to a chair. I told her I never wanted to see her again. I gagged her with the tape. I threatened her. I didn't mean to hurt her. Oh, I've made such a mess of everything.
Yes, you have. And it doesn't make my job any easier. What happened next?
I took the tape off, took her upstairs, bunged her in the car. I dumped her at the station. Alive. She forgot her coat and scarf, so I binned them.
So this is the truth at last?
Yes. I must have been mad.
You have to tell them this.
So what do you think? We charge her?
Sounds good to me. I just wish we had a body.
Boss.
The solicitor's not going to represent her anymore. Withdrawn due to professional difficulties. That proves it were a pack of lies. I think that body will turn up. Let's go for it.
That's where the body is.
There isn't a body.
Interview terminated at 19:04. You must have told your solicitor something, because he's pulled out. Tell us where it is. It'll help you, you know. The judge will take it into account.
I can't tell you because I don't know. I haven't killed her. She fell down the stairs and hurt herself.
So you're sticking to your story?
Even though it's full of holes and don't make any sense.
It's the truth.
Then we'll have to charge her with murder.
Oh.
Sorry to bother you, but Mr. Turner said he wanted to be kept informed.
All right. Come in. He's not well, you know. Alan, love, it's the police.
What's happened? Have you charged her?
Yeah.
So, you do think she...
She murdered Miss Williams, yes, we believe so.
But there's no body.
Well, not as yet.
Well, then why...
We have a certain amount of forensic evidence.
What does that mean?
Well, we think that your daughter took your friend down into the cellar and murdered her there.
The cellar? I was just upstairs. I could have gone down and helped her.
Yes, but you couldn't, love. She made sure of that.
How? I want to know.
We're not absolutely sure. She gagged her. Blow to the head, maybe. We found blood in the cellar and in her car. We think she disposed of the body elsewhere, but we'll find it, I'm sure. But I'm very sorry, Mr. Turner.
That I was right. They all thought I was mad, but I was right and they were wrong. She did come and try and see me. How could she? To die like that. So alone and so frightened. I've lost them all now. Tricia and Steph and now Shelley.
Good morning, Mrs. Stokes. I'm Stephen Dickinson, your new solicitor.
You're a bit young, aren't you?
I'm fully qualified. Now, if we could just have a bit of a catch-up.
You've got to get me out of here.
Mrs. Stokes, this bail hearing today. The court very rarely grants bail to anyone charged with murder.
I haven't murdered anyone.
Well, that's what I hope to prove. One in fully au fait. But we're only allowed 2 applications for bail. Now, rather than waste this one, why don't we wait a little longer? Give me a chance to talk to you.
No, I've told you. I want to get out of here today.
The non-appearance of the body becomes more and more striking the longer we wait. Just a few weeks and we might even...
You're not listening to me, are you? I've told you what I want. You apply today.
Oh, I can't eat this.
Now, go on, get that down, yeah.
You don't have to go to this hearing.
Well, I want to.
I'm not sure you're up to it.
I'm perfectly capable of going.
All right, then. I'll take you.
No, I've booked a taxi, thank you.
I'm going anyway.
I'll phone Nicola and tell her that I want the day off, because you need some support.
Well, Marlon is coming, so there's no need for all this fuss.
I hope Donna will be all right minding things. These past few days she's been a bit, I don't know how to describe it really. Happy? Hyperactive.
Look, I'm sure she'll be fine. And you know, you could have stayed behind.
Well, you're here.
Well, that's different. I'm involved. I'll probably have to give evidence at the main trial, and Mr. Pollard too, I expect.
They might call on me as a character witness.
Character assassin, more like.
And have you got a good word left to say about her? She ruined your business, didn't she? But I never thought she'd stoop to being a murderer.
We don't know that she has.
It seems obvious. I mean, after what she did to her own father, and if Shelley is still alive, where is she? No, you mark my words. Her body will turn up soon in the village somewhere in a shallow grave. Oh, Helen, how are you?
Have you learnt nothing from what happened with Pearl's son, Viv?
Innocent till proved guilty.
It's only my opinion.
Well, we'll see when she comes to trial. Today, the only question is whether she'll get bail.
And if she doesn't, then it means they find her guilty. Well, in my opinion, it does.
You're right, Alan. Yes. Yes, I'm just waiting for it to start.
I'm glad Tricia's not here to see this.
Yes, or Tricia was here, and she wasn't.
Don't.
Well, I remember how she tried to ruin yours and Tricia's happiness. Just the way she ruined Shelley's and mine.
And my business, too. Must take some courage to come here today, Mr. Turner.
Pardon?
This. Hard day to get through.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't have missed this for anything. I came here to see justice being done. For Shelley.
Can you give your name, date of birth and address for the court?
Yeah, of course. Mary Stephanie Stokes, 2nd of the 7th, 53. The Grange, B&B, Emmerdale Village. Well, I was there, but now I'm staying with the Pine Liquor.
The Grange will do.
Sir, the defendant is charged with the murder of Michelle Williams. The Crown would like to formally apply for the defendant to be remanded in custody until she appears before the Crown Court. Murder is a serious charge, and if Mrs. Stokes were to be granted bail, she would be living in a village where almost all the witnesses are based, and therefore only too able to interfere with the course of justice.
Oi, you! Leave it out. I wouldn't do that.
Please be quiet, Mrs. Stokes.
Or commit a further offence. Furthermore, Mrs. Stokes made a recent attempt to avoid being detained, firstly by leaving the village, and finally by attempting to harm both herself and her father. Indeed, there is a suggestion she previously attempted to murder her father.
Now that's a lie. I promise you, Dad.
Mrs. Stokes.
Although she has not been charged with this, and I have no wish to cloud the judgment. However, there does remain the possibility of self-harm and of her absconding. For all these reasons, the Crown seeks a remand in custody.
Outside. Get some air. No, I'm perfectly all right, thanks.
The defence opposes the Crown's application to remand my client in custody because there is no evidence that Mrs. Stokes has committed murder. In fact, there is no evidence of a murder at all, since there is no body.
Yet.
Michelle Williams was known to have been planning to retire to Spain. It is possible that the so-called body is living it up at this very moment in the Spanish Riviera.
Yeah, that's more shells.
Mrs. Stokes.
Therefore, with appropriate conditions in place, there are not substantial grounds to justify a remand in custody. Mrs. Stokes should be granted bail.
That doesn't sound like Shelley, does it? Going off to Spain on her own?
I don't know.
She didn't have any money. I know that.
Having heard representation on both sides, I have decided to refuse bail.
Oh,
As there
come
are
on!
substantial grounds to believe the defendant would fail to surrender. Your case is being transferred, pursuant to Section 51, to the Crown Court. You will appear in the Crown Court in 7 days' time.
7 days? Oh, do me a favour, Governor. Just let me go home. Dad! Dad, you know I wouldn't do this. Come on, help me here. Dad! Dad!
How did it go?
She was refused bail.
Oh, the hard stuff, eh? To be honest, I've never quite taken to Steph myself. But, well, she's your daughter.
That's all right, Zach. I've never taken to her either. And I was right not to, wasn't I? As things turned out, I've got a monster for a daughter.
Perhaps a drink would help, would it?
No, he needs to come home.
No, I can talk for myself, thank you. I'd love a drink, Zach.
Good. We'll have a nice cup of tea then, at home.
Warn you.
I told you to get me out of here.
It wasn't within my power. I told you the court rarely grants bail to anyone
When
charged
you
with...
said rarely, I didn't think you meant impossible. Fine defence I've got. First one walks out and the second one doesn't know what he's doing.
Mrs. Stokes, this is most unfair.
I need someone to help me.
And I will. Now, we can start talking about the preliminary hearing. This is when the judge sets out the conditions.
Am I allowed to make a call?
Yes, you're entitled to a phone call.
Good. Do you mind if I talk to you later? I need to make that call. I need to speak to me dad.
I'll arrange it for you on my way out.
Are you sure you're okay? You're very quiet.
Yes, I'm all right, Ashley, thank you. I just haven't got a lot to say, that's all.
I'll get off then. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you out, love.
Thanks.
Poor Alan, eh?
I know.
Hello.
Dad, you've got to help me. I didn't kill her. I'm innocent, you know I am.
Help? You? I wouldn't help you if you were the last person on earth.
I'm glad you're in there. I pray to God every night that you'll never come out.
But Dad, I'm your daughter.
My daughter? You're not my daughter.
I hate you.